Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the IndieZoNe podcast. My name is Kathy. I am recording this the early afternoon, October 29th, 2025, to advise you that the case summary page in the high-profile case of Idaho versus Kohberger has been inaccessible for the past few hours this morning. I attempted earlier today to go into the case summary page to conduct some research, found that it was down. I went back late morning. Again, this is October 29th. Again, found it to be inaccessible, down, for want of a better word. I've also heard from some of our followers on our YouTube channel that they have not been able to access the case summary page. So it appears that this is not just a glitch that could be associated with a single computer or a single user trying to access it, but that it is, in fact, an indication that the case summary page in Idaho versus Kohberger is non-accessible to the public. Now, what is the case summary page and why is it important? The case summary page is different from the docket. On the docket, you're going to see the items released to the public, any motions, any responses, any replies. Those are the briefings. Any court orders, any notices of hearing, any stipulations, any declarations, any affidavits, the last two being evidence, that were filed in the case and that were released to the public. Now, many things were not released to the public, as you know if you've been following the case. There have been a multitude of items that have been under seal during the entire more than 2.5 years that this case was proceeding as an active case, from December 22nd, 2029, that is the date the case was initiated back in Latah County, when the affidavit of probable cause signed by Detective Brett Payne, dated that day, asked for a warrant for Mr. Kohberger's arrest. And that warrant was issued on December 29th, 2022, as well as the order finding probable cause based on Detective Payne's aforementioned probable cause affidavit. That's the initiation of the case. The active case was deemed closed on the 23rd of July, 2025. It has, however, continued beyond that date to deal with some post-judgment matters, such as an upcoming hearing dealing with restitution that was requested by the state of Idaho, such as the 3 orders that have been issued by the court since this case was closed, asking both parties if they have objections or non-objections to the unsealing of certain specific documents. This kept this case active, even beyond the closure date, relative to the ongoing prosecution of Mr. Kohberger in the criminal portion of the case. Mr. Kohberger, as you know, pled guilty to all 5 of the counts that had been brought against him back on July 2nd, 2025, and he was sentenced on July 23rd, which caused the criminal prosecution of the case to be deemed closed. The case summary page is different from the actual documents on the public docket. This is a running document that has been maintained by the clerk of court from the beginning of the case, December 29th, 2022, through change of venue from Latah County to Ada County that happened September of 2024, through the closure of the active prosecution of the criminal case against Mr. Kohberger, July 23rd, 2025, and ongoing over the past few months regarding the post-judgment matters that Judge Hippler still has jurisdiction over. If you wanted to look at what had been filed in the case Whether it was a public record that you could find on the docket or if it was something that was sealed and closed to the public, it would be found on the case summary page. We're going to continue to monitor this situation and advise you if and when the case summary page is back up again. Until next time, this is Kathy. Thanks for joining us today.